This video is going to be about headbands. Lots of headbands. Some of these are from brands that I'm going to talk about, and then some of them are ones that I made myself, which I'll talk about at the end of the video in case you're interested in a little bit, do-it-yourself kind of project. And I love headbands. I wear them all the time. I find them to be really, really useful to me because, except for when I wear my hair down, then I typically don't wear headbands. But when I wear my hair up, I almost always wear a headband because I need to keep these little stray hairs out of my face, which always happens unless, I pull them back with a headband. And after trying all sorts of different headbands throughout my life, I have come to the conclusion that I have a large head and most headbands will hurt. It will actually literally give me headaches after wearing them because it just creates too much pressure on my head, especially the solid headbands. And then I started wearing headbands that are not solid, that are like this, and the popular ones, at least, back in the day, they were kind of made out of like this rubbery material and they're not adjustable. These are all adjustable. And so those would actually give me headaches too because they would just be so tight on my head. And so after trying all sorts of different things, I have found that what works best for me are headbands that that are soft, that you can actually adjust the length of. So I can make them large enough where I don't feel like they're squeezing my brains out. And so a couple of brands that I like that sell headbands like that are Hipsy, and I'll write it down below as well. And then another one is called Glam Headbands, and these are two of my favorite brands. These headbands are all one of these two brands, or they're something that I made myself. My favorite ones are the Glam Headbands. I like those a little bit better than Hipsy. And both of these brands have this sort of soft velvety material on the inside of the headband that sort of grips onto your hair in a way, and it's an alternative to that rubbery stuff that you see sometimes. That'll be like a clear rubber that is kind of grippy on your hair. So this is grippy too, except both with this and the rubber, I still find headbands sliding off my head sometimes, and if you're moving around a lot. And so something that Glam Headbands offers, this is why I like them the best, is they have these little clips that is essentially like a little comb, and it combs into your hair and then you snap it shut. And what these little combs are is they're actually wig clips. If you want to find them on your own, like I found them really cheap on eBay, but you can find them at like Sally's Beauty Supply, for example, and they come in all different sizes. They have some, really tiny ones. Like for example, on this headband, I have one, that is small, and it's just kind of like, I tried to have it be brown, like the color of my hair, but they'll have ones that are white if you want to match the color of the headband. This is if you want to put them on yourself, of course. So there's, a large variety of them out there. They're really cheap on eBay. And if you have some headbands that are like this, that happen to not have those clips, and you're interested in those clips, then, this is something that I find extremely, extremely useful. And what I did here, this is one that I made myself, is I also have this tiny, tiny little clip. This one is white. Right in the back here. So this headband would go, these clips would be like on the sides of my head, and then this little tiny clip will be in the back here, because that's another problem, is like if you stop your headband from sliding back, then sometimes this part back here will slide upwards, and so clipping that down as well I find to be helpful, especially if you're like going for a run, or if you're doing something really active and you want your headband to really stay put. And so Glam Headband, let me show you the ones that I have from them. So I have this, really shiny black one. I have this sort of gold and bronzy leather one. I have this one that is black leather. And I have this really pretty one that is like this ribbon with sunflowers on it. That's really pretty. And then from Hipsy, I have two. I have this golden ribbon one, and then I have this brown one. And this one I sewed these clips onto it myself because I really like them, and these don't come with them. They don't give you the option of having them. And then ones that I made myself is this one. It has like little sparkly sequins on it that I have on my head. And then these ones right here. And if you go to a place like Michael's, you're gonna find a ton of ribbon, you know, stuff like that, thick ribbon, thin ribbon, you know, whatever. And then if you go to a place like Joann's Fabric, that's even better because they're gonna have these kinds of fancy, I don't know what it's called, probably not ribbon, but things like to use on wedding dresses and on decorative pillows. I think it's called trim, maybe. But they're gonna have a larger variety if you like things that are like a little bit more complex like this, that are not a ribbon. And then another thing you're gonna wanna find is these velvety type ribbons. They come in different widths and they come in different colors, and I've actually ordered some on eBay, as well as finding them and buying them in stores as well. And the nice thing about Joann's Fabric is you can actually buy the length that you want. They'll cut it for you, so you're not buying like a huge roll of ribbon like you would have to at like Michael's, or even Target and Walmart, I'm pretty sure, have rolls of ribbons as well. And so if you're wanting to make this yourself, you are gonna want, you know, this decorative thing that you've picked out. You're going to want to sew it on to the velvety ribbon. I actually did this by hand. If it's all one color, then you can definitely use a sewing machine. But for example, if I use a sewing machine with this, and I used white thread, you would see white thread, you know, all through the gold part of it. Because this is multicolored, I ended up just doing it by hand. And then I sewed on these little clips. It's best, you can kind of try different things, but it's best to have them kind of right here. Just like a little bit above your ears. I feel like that kind of helps the headband stay on the best. And then when I got to the end, I just kind of, you know, folded both, you know, this ribbon and the velvety ribbon, just folded it under, you know, just to have kind of a nice edge, nothing that would, you know, get all frilly. And I stuck an elastic in there. You have to buy an elastic too. Just sewed that shut. Again, just sewed it all by hand. With the elastic, you're going to need to buy, these are for bra straps, and I think there's instructions on the box, but basically how to make it, you know, adjustable so that you can do that. And then on here, you're just going to have to sew on like a little ring like this, and that'll make your headband adjustable. And like I said before, I decided to put another little clip on the back here. So that's just kind of if you're crafty and you like that sort of thing. But if, you know, if the sound of that makes you terrified, then my recommendation would be Glam Headbands. And, you know, of course, everyone's different. Maybe your head isn't huge like mine, and you don't get terrible headaches from wearing, you know, most headbands, then that's great. Or maybe the way your hair is, your headbands don't slip out of your head or anything like that. But for me, this is kind of what I found that I feel like really works and addresses all the issues that I have with headbands, and that has made me really love headbands again. And I think it's a great accessory because a lot of days I like to just put my hair up in a ponytail. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share that with you because that's kind of a big thing that I do with my hair that I've never talked about. I don't know, I don't talk about hair a lot because I'm not one of those people that can do all kinds of fancy hairstyles. But in case you are wondering what kind of headbands I'm wearing in my videos and, you know, what I like in general, I thought I would make this, you know, quick little video. And so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.